Well, let's go back to this story now. Former President Jacob Zuma's daughter, Duduzile Sambudla-Zuma, has now arrived, we understand, in the Durban Magistrate's Court, where she will be making an appearance this morning on charges related to the 2021 July unrest. Newzroom Afrika's Linda Mnisi is joining us this morning. Linda, very good morning to you. Tell us what you can see from your vantage point.
Well, at the moment, Aldrin, we've just been able to spot Duduzile Sambudla entering the Durban Central Police Station. This is right behind me, where I had said earlier on she will be processed and officially informed of her rights before being taken to the Durban Magistrate's Court, which is right next door. Duduzile Sambudla is in the company of Advocate Dalimpofu, who we understand will be representing her during these proceedings. Their car arrived at the Durban Magistrate's Court, but later then moved to the Durban Central Police Station, where, of course, that process will unfold. But straight after seeing that particular movement, Aldrin, we were also able to see a police movement. There is a police nyala that is stationed right outside the court ahead of that particular appearance. We're seeing a lot of police movement around this particular vicinity, especially because, as you would know, this is a magistrate's court and proceedings usually get underway at 9 o'clock. But also, most importantly, you'd recall that the MK party did advise their members to come to court at 9 o'clock this morning. But of course, it's an important case because it speaks about, a very important time in recent history where over 350 people lost their lives, 150,000 jobs were lost, Aldrin, and an estimated 50 billion rand cost to the economy. But there are people that were affected, by what happened at that particular moment, and we wonder what they make of these developments. I'm joined now by Ntetelelo Mkhize. He's one of the survivors of the July unrest. He was shot 4 times in Phoenix. And I want us to talk about, firstly, what happened to you when you were in Phoenix in July 2021 during the unrest.
A group of Indians. At first I thought it was just a protest because ngangekho aware ukuthi kwakunaleya eyenzeke Phoenix, and then they stopped me, searched the car. They shot me like 4 times, torched my car down to ashes, of which I'm still paying for the car. I'm still bearing the consequences, even physically. It has affected me even financially. Even the whole lifestyle has changed. So but because I'm still alive. For the difference engangihamba nabo bashona, my family zwabakaza watholi justice till to date. We're still going back and forth and seek of justice. Ngiyamangala nje if today people like Duduzile are running to courts, because I really feel ukuthi they are real instigators of this whole thing who should be in court, of which akwenzeki. And secondly, I feel ukuthi high profile officials of government, and specifically in the police, has something to answer about this. We don't see them going to court, and yet quite a number of people lost their lives. Quite a number of families lost their breadwinners. So I think there is an abuse of power somehow, negligence by your government failing us, even to protect us, even to give us justice. Yeah.
So you don't believe people like Duduzile Sambudla should be arrested? You don't think they should be held liable for what happened?
That is for the court to decide, but I personally feel maybe it's beyond that. I feel it's beyond that, because if there's someone who knew what was going to happen and failed to prevent it, so I mean, usala kanjani anga account, and that person was getting paid for doing that job. if you are being paid to implement policies and you have been paid to protect people, I mean, I believe you should be in court explaining what happened, how you failed to do your duties. But those people, we don't see them anywhere. They're still enjoying all the benefits.
And let's talk about justice for you and the people that were affected, particularly in Phoenix. Where is the process right now? You were telling me earlier that you were once called for an ID parade. How did that go?
I was called for ID parade. I went to court. I saw something that I've never seen in any courts in South Africa. The injustice of the trial proceedings. It can take us the whole day. But the status of our cases, dockets are gone missing. I mean, ama statements maybe 3 times. But ayalahleka the following time sebeshintshe even your contact number so that bezothi awutholakali. Kuningi nje okwenzakalayo, and even abantu engabakhomba lapha ngaba-identify enkantolo bayihlalele nemndeni yabo. The other guy was bragging ukuthi yena udrive itimela. The other Indian guy was bragging ukuthi udrive itimela uzalahlekelwe umsebenzi wakhe, wathi lento imoshele isikhathi. What about abantu ababulala, especially for me, because he's the one who shot me and Unsele. Waqala wadubula mina, then waphenduka wadubula Unsele, washona Unsele. What about those people? And inkantolo gave them ama bail ama 1,500 in the loss of human's life. I mean, again, it's questionable. Even the grounds inkantolo yayikuwona. I was totally against ukuthi you cannot trial a case efana naleya na uphinde futhi uyinikeze the magistrate of a certain color, and uphinde uyibeke ku-environment yabo. Then I was told about demarcation, boundaries and so forth, which I understood, but there's quite a lot, and I think mhlawumbe angeke kuze kusinike isikhathi sibe nesikhathi enough to discuss everything.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. And Tetelelo Mkhize Aldrin is the survivor of the July unrest, telling us that he was shot in Phoenix during that particular time 4 times. Quite clear that this is, of course, frustrating. The process that he's gone through, quite frustrating, the justice system. But he essentially believes that there are people that were tasked with ensuring that they curb what happened in July 2021. And those are the people that he believes should be held accountable and should be called to come and explain what exactly happened and how the July unrest was allowed to unfold. As of Duduzile Sambudla-Zuma, what he says is that it's for the court to decide, her alleged involvement in that. But certainly does believe that, there are senior members in government that should be accounting for what happened. Taking us back, of course, to, the findings that were even made by the Human Rights Commission when it looked at this particular incident, talking about how ill-prepared the state was at that particular time. So it certainly is still a thorny issue, particularly for those who were affected. Aldrin?